Hello everyone, my name is Carlie Hamilton and I'm here with you today with a scrapbook process video. This one is for my project that I am doing and it is called the Month of Me. And with the Month of Me, I am following 30 prompts to create a really cool mini album all about me. And this prompt is number 2. And it is called breakfast. So I'm scrapping all about breakfast. Now, as you can see, I have a lovely healthy energy drink there, and it is called a V. And I believe it's a New Zealand drink, and it's definitely sold here in Australia and New Zealand. I'm not sure if it is actually sold anywhere else in the world, maybe in some Asian countries, but I'm not sure. But it is so yummy. I actually don't like coffee or tea, so my only opportunity to get caffeine is usually in energy drinks or in soft drinks, which is what we call our, I can't think of the word that other people use, no, it's completely gone. I'll think of it later. But yeah, and of course I could probably take caffeine in tablet form, but where's the fun in that? And actually in a later prompt there's habit, and I am calling my caffeine habit at the moment a bad habit. But any case, my intake of caffeine is through V, which I love, and I also have a bit of a philosophy about breakfast, which we can explore more with this page. I don't actually drink a V every day for breakfast. That's not my breakfast. And on this particular day, I did have the intention of having a V for breakfast, but I didn't end up having it. It just sat in my bag. So I saved that for another day. Anyway, this album is a Project Life album. It's one of the mini albums, and this is my second layout ever doing it this pocketed style. So these pages are taking me much longer than I thought they would. One of the reasons why I wanted to do it pocketed style and in a mini album was so that they wouldn't take so long, but these layouts are taking me just as long as a normal scrapbooking layout would. And this layout in particular took an hour and 13 minutes, so it could even be longer than some of my scrapbook layouts. I've decided to go for the green theme with this one, and I'm not sure, I was going to say all the pages, all the cards are from Maggie Holmes, but that's not true. The dog one, I know the dog one up the top that I've covered up the dog. That's a Dear Lizzie card, and I'm not sure about the polka dot card. But in any case, because all my corners are rounded on these cards, I rounded the corner of my photo as well. And now that that's all laid down, I am getting my embellishment groove on. So right now I am just sort of playing around with some of my embellishments and seeing what works where, and not really thinking about it too much as I stick things down. This camera here is one that I've cut out from Maggie Holmes' piece of paper, and I'm just fussy cutting it a bit nicer to stick down onto my page, and I end up sticking it down with foam so that it's raised off the page, and I stick that precious little tag that says precious on underneath it, and I think that's like hilarious in my mind because I'm thinking of the Lord of the Rings with Gollum, and he's going, my precious, because my V is my precious, pretty much. I love the taste of it. I love the little zing it gives me. I'm sure that's what coffee drinkers must feel. I don't know. That's drugs for you. So it's definitely my precious. And if I had unlimited funds and didn't care 100% about my teeth and health, I'd probably drink them all the time. So now I am getting out a whole heap of letter stickers, and I just got out everything, a whole heap. So I'm going to start off with my little card up the top. I'm going to call this card Philosophy, and I have to make a few adjustments with the word. First of all, because the tail of, it's not a tail, it's the head bit of the H is so curly that I needed to cut it off so that it didn't look weird. And then as I go on with the word, it turns out that this word is a kind of a long word. So I had to go back, as you can see here, I had to go back and squish them up a bit more. And once I got to the very end of the word, I had to chop off a bit more of the H, the last H, so that I could fit the Y on. But, I really love this font. It's the Daily Flash one from October Afternoon. It is really cool. I love the colours that they come in. I've got a couple of the colours, and it's just a really funky script font. So with that card done, I now move on to the bottom card. And before I start doing the title on that, I decided to put on some spray. And then I thought, while I'm at it, I'll spray that top card as well. And I'm just using a container that I have. I use it as my painting palette, actually. Because I've got so much stuff on the desk, I just thought that by spraying it into a container, it's a better way of not getting spray over everything. Now I start the title up the top now, and I've decided to call this one Daily V, and I wanted to use a bit of a fancy V, so I went back through my letter stickers and I found this V. It's from one of the Doodlebug letter sticker sheets. For my bottom card, I dug deep into my stash and pulled out these rub-ons. They're so old, these rub-ons. I don't know, 8-9 years old, something like that. So I was a bit scared that they weren't going to work because I don't have good luck with rub-ons, and rub-ons for me usually move all over the place and it spells disaster. But I liked the font of these, so I wanted to live dangerously, and I gave it a go. And luckily, it actually worked out fine, so thank goodness. I won't throw those rub-ons out just yet. I might get a couple of more pages out of them if I ever use them. And now I'm adding, I guess, the little subtitle or the rest of this title. And I'm calling this one Breakfast is Not the Most Important Meal. And that is sort of part of my philosophy. I feel like breakfast is super important if you're a growing kid. But now that I'm an adult, I don't need to eat breakfast. And in fact, I function better without it. Obviously, like on weekends and stuff like that, I love to have a bit of a home-cooked breakfast or to go out for a brunch. But usually breakfast on the weekends is about mid-morning anyway. For me, as an adult, I've been overweight for most of my adult life, and I have lost the weight a few times. And every time I lose weight, it just comes off so easily, and the reason for that is because of my mindset. My mind is just in the right place, and Usually that place is Eat When You're Hungry. And for me, I just am not hungry in the morning. I get super hungry at night, but I'm just not hungry in the morning. So if I eat breakfast, it doesn't mean that I'm going to eat less during the rest of the day. But if I, if I don't eat breakfast, or if I have breakfast, as at lunchtime, I'm more likely to not overeat during the rest of the day. So I'm sticking down washi tape, some gold washi tape on my cards, and I've had to remove the V letter from this one, and then I'm just doing a bit of surgery on these letter stickers and pulling them up from under the washi and sticking them down over the washi. And I also stuck some gold washi on my precious sheet under the precious. I'm using the gold washi to tie in with those gold tile stickers that I used there. Those tile stickers are pretty cool. They're like made out of this vinyl sort of look to it. I can't quite remember off the top of my head who they're by. Here we go, I just found them. They're Glitz Teeny Alphas in gold. So now I'm going to make a cluster down the bottom there of my breakfast page. As you can see, I've also just hand-drawn messily lines with a black Sharpie on that page, and that's where I'm going to just do my journaling on those lines. So before, when I said that losing weight was easy, I didn't mean that I didn't work hard, because for sure I worked my bum off, quite literally. But it's just that my mindset was there, and it was just, it just felt easy. It just felt right. It wasn't so much of a chore to eat healthy and exercise more. However, I always just, something will happen. There'll be a life-changing event, and that will cause me to slip back into old habits, and I put the weight back on. So once again, I'm at that stage in my adult life where I'm struggling with my weight. I am, of course, happy with how I look, but I want to be healthier, and I know that when I am exercising and eating right, I feel better and I am happier. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So with this breakfast page and my whole philosophy and everything on breakfast, it's a work in progress at the moment. At the moment, my head isn't quite there, and so beginning is always the hardest. I've got to force myself to do things, and I'm not quite there yet with the ease of everything. So to finish off this page, I have glued down some sequins, and now I'm ready to whack it into my album. So this is my Month of Me album, and prompt number 2. So I'm sticking it in, and I love the way that this page has turned out. I think it is gorgeous. I love the greens, and it's just fantastic. So I'm gonna show you a bit of a close-up of everything right there, and I'll journal on it later. I like to sort of journal a whole heap of things at once. So that was my Month of Me page 2, breakfast. If you'd like to find out more about the Month of Me, I'll put a link down below. And also, if you sign up for updates by May 12th, you'll go in the draw to win a giveaway. So check out the link below to find out more about that. Well, happy crafting everyone, and make a mess!